Hello, all. A wholehearted welcome to all of you. You have been rendering your support to this channel, and I must thank you for it. And today I am here to deal with William Shakespeare's play The Tempest. We are discussing Act 3 and Scene 3 of the play. Let us first look at the introduction of the play. This scene is a part of the main plot and brings about a moral theme. Supernatural elements are used to attract the king's men towards a banquet. Harpy plays a major role in frightening them and making them realize their grievous sin against Prospero and Miranda. Okay, let's go in detail. Gonzalo is very tired of walking around the island, and he asks the king's permission to take a rest. The king himself is tired and needs rest. He has abandoned the hope of finding his son Ferdinand. He now believes that his son is drowned and the sea is laughing at them for searching for him on land. And we know that traitors Antonio and Sebastian, so they are very happy to hear that the king has given up his hope. So they have decided to carry out their plan of killing the king and Gonzalo that night itself. All of a sudden, they hear a piece of strange and solemn music. Everyone is afraid of it, and Gonzalo terms this music as marvelous sweet music. While the music is going on, Prospero enters the scene above, invisible, and several strange shapes appear below, and they bring in a banquet. They are actually spirits, and these spirits are dancing around the banquet with gentle gestures of salutation. And through their gestures, they are inviting the king and others to enjoy the food. They make these gestures, and all of a sudden, they disappear from sight. Looking at the strange creatures, Alonso shouts to heaven to send good angels to protect them and wonders what they actually are. And now everybody is wondering. A beautiful scene is in front of them. They are not able to believe it. But just because it has happened right in front of them, they are compelled to believe it. Sebastian terms the spirits as a puppet show of living creatures. Both Sebastian and Antonio are now ready to believe the mythical characters of Phoenix and the unicorns. Not only these characters, they are ready to believe anything which is supernatural or which is unbelievable. Gonzalo wonders if the people of Naples would believe him if these things were described to them. He believes that the spirits are the people of the island and are more gentle than human beings. King Alonso also praises the strange spirits for their gentle gesture. However, he is not ready to taste the banquet because he doubts if there is a trick in it. But Gonzalo asks the king not to doubt about the food. He cites examples of the strange stories he has listened to from the travelers about the mountaineers having loose skin hanging from the throat and the men who had their heads fused to their trunks. Alonso is convinced, and now he is ready to taste the food. Though it may be his last meal, he is not worried. So because Ferdinand, the best part of his life, is drowned into the sea. But before they could taste the food, something happens there. All of a sudden there is lightning and thunder. Ariel is entering the scene like a harpy. Harpy is a monster with a woman's face and body and bird's wings and claws. He claps his wings upon the table and the banquet disappears. He addresses the kings and his men as follows. You are three sinful men. Destiny has caused the never-satisfied sea to throw you all upon this uninhabited island because you are not fit to live among men. Now king and his men are angry, and out of fear they draw their swords to harm Harpy. Harpy is angry and he continues to speak. You fools! I and my companions are the ministers of fate, and the swords we have cannot harm us. They are not capable of hurting even a feather from my wings. You three men have committed a great mistake against the good Lord Prospero of Milan and his innocent child Miranda. For this treacherous action, the heavenly powers have stirred up the sea, the land, and all the living creatures against you. They have already deprived you of your son. You are going to have slow destruction on this land. It will be worse than any quick death. If you want to safeguard yourself from God's wrath, you must deeply regret your sins. Saying this, Harpy disappears, giving this stern warning. Here Prospero praises Harpy and other spirits for their wonderful performance with good life and concentration. Prospero is happy that his magic is working wonderfully and his enemies are now under his power and in a state of desperation and frenzy. He leaves them in the same state of desperation and frenzy and goes to meet Ferdinand and Miranda. Alonso is wonderstruck because he has heard the thunder and the waves speaking to him about Prospero. He says that he heard them speak of the grievous sin. He now believes that his son has been taken away due to his sin against Prospero. Antonio and Sebastian want to fight against the spirits, and Gonzalo asks the others to stop them from doing any rash acts out of desperation. Hope the scene is very clear to you. I thank you all for watching this video, and I request you, if you have not subscribed this channel, subscribe it and learn from the channel. The channel is always uploading some useful material. So thank you all once again. God bless you all.